Welcome. If you've ever worried about your car breaking down too soon or costing you a fortune in repairs, you're in the right place. Most people believe that cars naturally wear out around 150,000 miles, but that's actually not true. In fact, over 75% of car breakdowns happen because of poor maintenance, not because the car just got old. Today, I'll show you how to help your car last well beyond 300,000 miles without major repairs. And make sure to stay until the end, because I'll share a bonus tip that even experienced drivers often miss, one that could save you thousands of dollars. Let's start with the first habit that can make a huge difference. Don't blindly follow the oil change schedule in your car's manual. Some manufacturers say you can wait 10,000 miles between oil changes, and that might sound convenient and budget-friendly. But here's the catch. They often promote these long intervals to make ownership look cheaper during the warranty period. After the warranty ends, you're stuck with the repair bills. Engine experts and experienced high-mileage drivers usually recommend using full synthetic oil and changing it every 5,000 miles or every 6 months, whichever comes first. This is especially important if you drive in traffic, tow loads, or live in hot or dusty areas. Ignoring this can lead to sludge buildup, broken seals, and eventually engine failure, a costly repair that can run over $4,000. Sadly, not all car manufacturers build their engines to last forever. The second habit is one many drivers forget: replacing the transmission fluid. Unlike engine oil, transmission fluid is often overlooked because it degrades slowly and doesn't have a warning light. But even clean-looking fluid can contain tiny particles from clutch wear or metal shavings after about 60,000 miles. If you wait too long, those tiny bits can grind away at your gearbox. Smart car owners choose to drain and refill their transmission fluid every 60,000 miles or every 6 years. If you drive a hybrid, don't wait past 90,000 miles. And here's a critical warning. Never flush the transmission if it's been neglected for years. Flushing it can stir up debris and cause serious damage. Just stick with a simple drain and refill. Also, always use the fluid your car was designed for, like Toyota WS for Toyotas or Honda ATF DW1 for Hondas. Generic fluids might be cheaper, but they can damage your transmission. Now for the third habit, don't ignore your coolant system. Many drivers assume coolant lasts forever, especially because modern coolant still looks good after years. But over time, heat cycles break it down and make it corrosive. This can damage your water pump, heater core, seals, and even lead to head gasket failure. Some signs of trouble include white smoke from the exhaust, engine misfires, or coolant that seems to vanish with no visible leaks. To avoid all this, it's smart to flush your coolant every 5 years or every 50,000 kilometers, especially in Toyotas, Fords, and hybrids. A simple coolant service can prevent thousands of dollars in engine damage. Remember, an engine costs a lot more than a bottle of coolant. So if you want your car to go the distance, build these simple habits into your routine. They're not expensive, but they make a massive difference. And here's that bonus tip I promised. Many drivers forget to check their brake fluid, which can absorb moisture over time and corrode your brake system. Replacing it every 2 to 3 years can keep your brakes working perfectly and save you a bundle in repairs. Fourth habit, replace timing belts before they fail. If this little belt breaks while driving, pistons can hit valves and ruin the engine. Most automobiles need new timing belts every 60,000, 100,000 miles or 7 to 10 years. Even with minimal mileage, the belt wears out. Don't wait for symptoms. These belts snap unexpectedly. Ticking or grease at the belt cover may be the sole signs. On-time replacement is always cheaper than engine replacement. Consider combining it with the following step. Habit 5. Clean spark plugs. Worn spark plugs diminish fuel economy by 30% and weaken ignition, reducing power and fuel economy. Depending on the kind, spark plugs should be changed every 60,000 to 100,000 miles. Iridium plugs outlast copper. Check for rough idling, sluggish starts, poor acceleration, and engine misfires. If a plug has oil or coolant on it, you can have gasket leakage or more serious concerns. Maintain spark plugs to avoid costly problems. Sixth, change the gasoline filter as suggested. Over time, dirt, corrosion, and pollutants block the filter, making the fuel pump work harder until it breaks. Changing a $40 filter can prevent a $500 to $1,000 fuel pump replacement. New filters are needed every 30,000, 60,000 miles for most older autos. Recent versions with in-tank filters can last 100,000 miles. Before removing the filter, disconnect the fuel pump fuse and run the engine until it dies to alleviate pressure. Remember that petrol fumes are flammable, so operate in a well-ventilated location. Habit 7, flushing brake fluid every 2 to 3 years, is rarely considered. The boiling point of brake fluid drops considerably because it absorbs water. This might cause mushy brake pedals and brake failure during hard driving. If the brake fluid tester shows moisture above 3%, flush it immediately. Fresh .3 or 4 fluid makes brakes safer and lasts longer. Eighth habit, maintain your difference and transfer case. Power goes to the wheels via these overlooked parts. Their fluid degrades over time, especially in rear-wheel or all-wheel drive cars. Replace fluid every 30,000, 50,000 miles. Locate the drain plug, drain the old fluid, and refill with manufacturer-approved oil until it slightly seeps from the fill hole. First-timers should ask a mechanic to supervise. Habit 9. Clean your MAF sensor. This sensor detects airflow so the engine computer can blend gasoline properly. Dust and oil pollute its tiny wires, causing inconsistent idling, poor fuel economy, reluctance, and stalling. Instead of replacing, clean it using MAF sensor cleaner. Disconnect it, spray the sensor with cleaner, not the wires, dry, and reinstall. This easy action can save hundreds and improve engine performance. These behaviors save money and prolong automotive life. Stop waiting for breakdowns. Be proactive to get more miles, fewer headaches, and long-term savings. Subscribe and enable alerts for more expert vehicle advice. To clean your MAF sensor, remove the sensor or housing depending on your car. Never use brake cleaning, carb cleaner, or WD-40 to clean the MAF sensor. They can permanently harm it. Coat all exposed sensor components with spray. Let sensor air dry before reinstalling after cleaning. Reassemble and clear engine codes when it dries. To verify improvement, attach an OBD2 scanner to measure grams per second airflow before and after cleaning. Our video on 11 malfunctioning MAF sensor symptoms might help you determine whether your sensor is failing. Replacement of the PCV valve, which prevents engine vapor buildup, is another sensible practice. This valve can clog or stick, producing oil leaks, high oil consumption, and poor engine performance. Most manufacturers recommend replacing it every 30,000, 50,000 miles. Clogged PCV valves can cause crankcase pressure that breaks gaskets and seals, costing over $1,000. Older cars may burn a quart of oil every 1,000 miles if it sticks open. The good news is that changing a PCV valve is easy and cheap, costing $10 to $20. Find the valve near the valve cover or oil fill tube. Twist it counterclockwise to release, insert the new one, then twist clockwise to secure it in place. Check the vent hose for cracks and repair if necessary. Oil consumption, emissions, and engine cleanliness improve with a new PCV valve. Talking about tire alignment, this often overlooked maintenance procedure can save you money over time. Habit 11. Wheel alignments every 15,000 miles or when steering feels wrong. At least 35% of drivers postpone alignments by a month. Time. How do you know? If the inner or outside edges of your tires wear faster, your alignment may be wrong. When front tires are towed in, the outside edges wear quicker. When they tow out, the inner edges suffer. Your car dragging to one side or a misaligned steering wheel while traveling straight are additional warning indicators. Not correcting alignment can lower tire life by 30% and fuel economy by 10%. Alignment needs specialist equipment, thus professionals should do it. Long-term savings and superior handling make it worth the $75, $100 expense. One often misunderstood habit is the importance of avoiding what's known as cold revving. When a car engine is started, the oil inside it is still thick and settled at the bottom of the oil pan. If you press the accelerator hard before the oil has had time to circulate throughout the engine, you risk serious internal damage. Without proper lubrication, key components like pistons, camshafts, and bearings rub directly against each other, creating unnecessary friction and wear. To protect your engine, let it idle gently for about 30 seconds to a minute after starting. This gives the oil enough time to move through the system and reach all the critical parts. Once you start driving, do so gently. Avoid rapid acceleration and keep the RPMs below 3,000 until the engine warms up. Most cars have a temperature gauge or a light, like the blue coolant light in Subarus, to indicate when the engine is still cold. When that light turns off, it's a signal that your engine is ready for more demanding driving. This practice is especially important for turbocharged engines, which are particularly sensitive to poor oil circulation when cold. In fact, roughly 90% of turbocharger failures are caused by improper oiling habits. Taking a little extra time during startup can save you thousands in repairs down the line. Another essential habit that often gets overlooked is cleaning the underside of your car, especially during winter. Just because you can't see the dirt and salt buildup under your vehicle doesn't mean it isn't doing harm. In snowy regions and coastal areas, road salt, moisture, and grime quickly accumulate underneath the car, clinging to components like brake lines, suspension arms, exhaust systems, and even the vehicle's frame. This exposure accelerates rust and corrosion, which can lead to severe structural and mechanical problems in just a couple of years. Experts recommend washing the undercarriage at least once per season, and even weekly during winter months when roads are heavily salted. If you live near the ocean, the salty air and sandy roads make regular cleanings even more important. Keeping your undercarriage clean is not just about appearances. It's a critical part of preserving your vehicle's health. Ignoring it can lead to expensive repairs far sooner than expected. Finally, one habit that sets apart casual drivers from true car enthusiasts is maintaining a detailed log book. As a mechanic, I've seen firsthand how useful it is to track every oil change, tire rotation, and filter replacement. Logging this information isn't just for memory's sake. It helps you identify potential problems early. For instance, if you consistently notice your engine losing oil every 1,000 miles, that's a red flag worth investigating. If your tires wear unevenly after just 5,000 kilometers, it could point to alignment issues. A good logbook also acts as evidence that you've taken great care of your vehicle, which increases trust when you bring it in for service and can add significant value when it comes time to sell. Whether you use a simple notebook or a phone app, keeping accurate records is one of the smartest habits you can adopt for extending your car's life and performance. Now that you've learned these 13 crucial habits to help your car reach the 300,000-mile mark, there's still one hidden danger that many diligent car owners overlook. In the next video, I'll reveal the quiet threat lurking in your cooling system and show you a 5-minute fix that could save you thousands in repairs.